Hey, what's up everybody? This is Natural Soap Man with another review. And guys, this week we're actually taking a closer look at Dr. Squatch's limited edition, the Star Wars edition. And in this week in particular, we're actually going to be looking at the light side of the Force here, if you will. And later this week on Thursday, we're actually going to then take a closer look at the dark side. But in this video, we're taking a closer look at the Wisdom Wash and the Only Hope Soap. So let's get right into the review. So hey, listen my friends, I've been meaning to try something new here. And I thought this week in particular would be a really good opportunity to go ahead and try it out and do a little experimentation. Instead of doing a voiceover where I kind of pin out or point out things I notice about the soaps and the box close-ups and things like that, I'm gonna this week instead combine them and let the music just play in the background, kind of talk about them after. So let me know how that goes. I'm thinking it might flow better, right? Now, if you prefer the voiceover, I can see the advantage in that, so we might stay with that, but let me know how it goes. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the soaps and the boxes themselves. Them look really cool, huh? The Wisdom Wash and the Only Hope Soap. Man, I tell you what, ever since Dr. Squatch started doing these new box designs, and in particular the limited editions, man, you can tell they must have a ton of fun making those limited editions, right? Because every time they make a new one, it's just fun and it's creative and it's just different, it's unique, and I'm here for it, man. It's just a lot of fun and I think it's cool. They always fit the theme and it's always unique and I just love them. And these two are no exception. You know, I really like the art style, the mug shot of our characters. You got Yoda and you got Clone Wars Obi-Wan. I thought that one was interesting. We got old Fabio looking Obi-Wan over there. That's probably, I don't know if that's the Obi-Wan I would have chose, but whatever. You know, shout out to the Clone Wars, I guess. But anyway, that's an entirely different YouTube channel. I do appreciate the aesthetics. I like the colors. I like the Coruscant blue and the Dagobah green thing going on with the mug shot, the art style, like all that stuff. Those are true colors, by the way. You can look them up. But anyway, and the soaps look cool too, man. I like the brown and the blue swirl for the Obi-Wan. And I like the swampy green thing going on for the Yoda. Looks like they literally went to Dagobah and grabbed that out the swamp. You know what I'm saying? And they might have murdered Obi-Wan to make the other soap, but whatever. Anyway, guys, that would look cool. Those outer soaps look up close and personal. Let's move on to the next part of the video where we are going to take a close look at those ingredients for both of them. So let's move right along. Okay guys, now that we're done looking at the boxes and the soaps, let's go ahead and look at the ingredients and let's put them on the screen. There you are in typical Dr. Squatch fashion, all natural ingredients and not too many, as the Yoda has 10 or Obi-Wan has 11. The only thing that made me have to like basically take a step back, kind of raise my eyebrows a little bit, do a little research into it, was the brown iron oxide. That's your colorant in the Only Hope soap. That's what gave it that like brown swirl. Had to go take a little closer look at that. Now granted, I understand that technically it is a natural ingredient because it happens and takes place in nature naturally. Fair enough, very fair. But still though, it's worth a second gander. And I couldn't find anything. It's a non-toxic ingredient, is used in a lot of different cosmetics and things like that. So nothing really to report. Take that for what that is, because I understand for a lot of people, natural typically means plant-based. So I could see how somebody might feel a certain way about that. I'm not gonna argue with you. Totally understand. I'm just reporting what the data says. There's nothing to say that it is toxic or anything like that. So, and plus, also if you are worried about it, do take some comfort that it's literally at the base of one of the last ingredients, meaning it's literally very minimal. It's just to provide color. So again, take that for what that is. If that rubs you the wrong way, totally understand. I get it. I mean, so now that we're done looking at ingredients, let's move on to the next part of this video where we're gonna start doing the sniff test, and I'm gonna try my best to describe how each of these soaps smell. So let's move right along. All right guys, now that we're done looking at the ingredients, let's go ahead and move on to the sniff test, where I always do my best to describe how these darn soaps smell like. I just wanna say this first and foremost though, the light side smells terrific. They both smell fantastic in my opinion. I think both of them smell really, really good. Considering that at first, when I first saw this, I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan, dude. So I was like excited. I was like, ooh, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was gonna be like real gimmicky. You know, I really did. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, I even questioned whether or not I even should do this review on them, but I'm really glad I did, because man, I'm really glad to report they smell fantastic. I do. I think both of them smell really nice. They're so up my alley, and I'll explain why in a second. But man, my nerds, rejoice my nerds, because I never in in all my 28 years of life, man, I never thought that I would live to see the day where Star Wars soap would be associated with man. There's a new time, my brothers. There's a new time. Men's soap finally equated with Star Wars soap. That's usually something you give your 4-year-old child, but not today. Today's the day, baby. Men and Star Wars have come together. It's officially official. The nerds are here, and it is our time. So first things first, we have our Yoda here. Now, my best way to describe the Yoda is that it's essentially, it's like the cool fresh aloe with some attitude. It has like this nice, fresh, crisp undertone, but it's really fierce and it's strong, and it's a little more aggressive than that cool fresh aloe. So think cool fresh aloe just with some to it, right? Like it's like the scene, dude. Basically, it's Yoda when he whips out his lightsaber the first time. He's about to go kick Count Dooku's butt, like that moment. Like that's the Yoda wash, right? That moment when he whips out the lightsaber, like oh. That's wisdom wash. All right. That's the one. And then we have the Obi-Wan here. It's a much more lax, more chill, laid back, a much sweeter soap. It has a vanilla vibe to it, if you will. Still has that clean type of thing going on. Both of them do feature that, by the way. It's real interesting because I thought it was just me, but I brought it to my friends and my coworkers and things like that just for them. And I'm not just talking about these two, I'm talking about all of them. It's interesting because all 4 of the soaps in the collection have the same vibe. It's hard to explain. You have to see it for yourself, but they all have a similar vibe. It was like Dr. Squatch all started from point A and kind of went go somewhere, and they all go somewhere. So they are doing different things. They all do smell different in their own way. It just feels like they all have like the same undertone vibe. So it's interesting. But the Obi-Wan's fantastic. I really love vanilla in that sense. Not when they overdo it, but I love the vanilla or those type of scents kind of come in underneath and complement everything else. I just love that stuff. I eat that stuff all day. And Obi-Wan does a terrific job in that. So overall, the light side smells terrific. In fact, if you were to choose 2 soaps out of this collection, I hate to say it, but man, the light side just dominates. Get these 2. I would say try these 2 for sure. These are definitely the better smelling ones out of the collections. So okay guys, that concludes the sniff test. I hope that gives you a better idea what they smell like. Let's move on to the next part of the video where we do the lather test. We'll lather up both of them, why not? And then once we're done with that, we'll come back here, do concluding thoughts, wrap up the video, and then we'll prepare and transition into the next video later this week, talking about the dark side. So let's get into Okay guys, welcome back from the lather test, and as you can tell, both soaps really featured a really nice lather, which is really not surprising, man, when you consider Dr. Squatch soaps all typically do have a really nice lather. So it's nice to see that these soaps are on par with the others. So that's cool. All right guys, so I'm gonna keep this pretty brief, man. There's really not a whole lot left to add here. I mean, the soap smell fine, everything looks cool, it's Star Wars, it's all cool and stuff like that. And I also think it's pretty funny to say I can wash my butt with Disney. I kind of think that's funny, so that's worth everything to me. So I also honestly believe if you're interested in buying this collection, you're probably, or at least most likely, at least a fan of Dr. Squatch, and you probably have an idea of what you're getting yourself into. Just know, if this comforts you, just know that these soaps are on par with the other Dr. Squatch soaps or the other limited editions. All right, my friends, that pretty much wraps up my review on the Wisdom Wash and the Only Hope soap. I hope you got something out of the review, man. I hope this really helps you kind of figure out if you're gonna buy them or not, anything like that. Let me know what you think in the comments or what you think about them. Man, it's pretty interesting to think, what does a Yoda smell like, or what would Obi-Wan soap really smell like? You know, I think that's kind of interesting. I think they do a good job with both of them. It's really fun. Don't take it too seriously, man. It's Star Wars and it's pretty cool. But this has been the Natural Soap Man, guys. It's been a pleasure serving you this week, my friends. I'll see you next time, or in this case, this Thursday, where we'll be taking a close look at the dark side. In this case, the dark side scrub or the ruthless rinse. So till then, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye and take care.